Podcast, episode 36. How we doing, people?
Goodness for that.
36, 36. How we doing, people? It's bright. Damn. A2TP Podcast, episode 36. How we doing? We are back for another week. Hope y'all good out there. Let's get into it. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm good today.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm not great, but I'm not bad at all. I'm closer to great than I am to not great.
What's your mentals?
Probably a 7.
7.
Yeah.
Want to elaborate?
You know, we kind of have been through some things the last week. You know, we are transparent in our life, but we're on the upside of things. Some health issues, not anything dire, but you know, that's
elaborate on that. You can't just say health issues. Motherfucker might think you got a disease.
No, just, you know, being 40. I encourage everybody who's not 40 yet, or, you know, who's in their 20s, maybe even 30s. Not that I haven't taken care of myself. I could have done a better job at eating better, being healthier, to possibly avoid some things. You never know. I'm okay. Nothing to worry about, but, you know, just making sure I stay up with my doctor's appointments and things like that. But
what's finances looking like?
Finances are good. Finances, I'm gonna say a 9. I feel good about finances. No issues there.
No issues with finances.
Yeah.
Work? You're gonna say a 4 or some shit, ain't you?
No.
What's work?
I'll give working a 7.
Work's a 7?
Works a 7.
Why 7? It was an 8.5 last week.
You know, I've been trying to speak positivity, but in some cases, it's just got to be realistic, and it's not bad. I mean, it's better than a 5 or a 4. It's closer to 10.
It's above average.
Yeah, so I won't and I don't want to complain. This work can just be a lot. Like, take some balls, not balls, but juggle. That's where I was going with that.
Like juggling balls.
Yeah,
not
like scrotum.
Okay. Just want to be clear on that.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to be clear on that.
How about you? How's your mental?
Mental is probably a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, probably a 7.
You want to add some
Why it's a 7?
meat and potatoes to that?
It's a 7 because, you know, like you said, we wasn't on our best, our best self the last week or week and some change, and that kind of shit affects me. So yeah, just not being my best self, but trying to push through.
Mm-hmm.
Finances is...
You answering your own questions?
Yeah. Okay, you can go. Yeah.
No.
Finances. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Finances a 9.
Finances is a 9.
That's good. How's work?
Works at 8.
So I gotta tell you something.
What?
I was tracking you today.
So.
So I know you're at a new site. I mean, you told me about it. I didn't know it had started. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Why are you tracking me? What's that for?
I wasn't.
So I can pop the fuck home when I want to.
Please, I don't even care about that.
So what are you tracking me for?
Because I was working and I know when you come home and you do the doo-doo, the lock your car, and it was a little early. And I'm like, he here early, but I could have just looked out the window. I waited a few minutes and I didn't hear you come in. And that's why I'm like, well, what the heck? But it wasn't true. It was somebody else. But it had to be like a neighbor, because it sounded like you were in our driveway.
And I don't normally lock my car in the daytime. I lock
Really?
it at night, yeah. Because sometimes I leave shit in there on purpose to go back out there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so you wouldn't hear me locking my car in the daytime.
I thought you just always did it, but okay. But I was tracking
you. Nope. Where was I at?
You was at work.
Where?
The new place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You were there.
You was wondering what I was doing around there?
No, because you had told me about it before. You told me that there was another site that you would be working. I just didn't know it had started yet. Yeah.
Wows and woes.
My wow this week, I mean, it wasn't like a big wow. It just was. It felt good. You know that old adage where it says it takes a village to raise a child, and just been helping out with our babies, in terms of their scheduling because of people not working in school buses, not having adequate staffing, and blah 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 blah. So a couple days when needed, being able to drop them off at school feels good. Not ever having that opportunity to be a part of that, mommy circle, pick up and drop off for school and stuff. So as an auntie, being able to do that a couple times, and see them in the morning, and it makes me feel good. I like starting their day off good, talking to them, having good conversations, sending them off with some positive words. So that felt good this week.
Cool. Woes.
You know what? I did not well, no, I won't say that. We weren't our best, but we do what we know how to do in getting well. So I guess that would be a woe, but I don't really want to say it's a woe. I won't complain about anything.
We're saying we wasn't our best. Why wasn't we our best?
Well, because we just encountered a hurdle that we had to get through. But we do what we feel is responsible for couples to do. And, we seek therapy, but we don't just seek therapy. What I appreciate is that has become a part of our life. So it's not like, when something happens, let's run to the doctor. It's like keeping your relational wellness, is important to us. So, I enjoy and appreciate that is part of our life to help us fill our toolbox with the tools that we need to be able to get through those things. So, but in terms of woes, I'm grateful. I won't complain. What about you?
Wow is football's back. So super excited about NFL being back Sunday. Watch football was great. Nice slate of games. Yeah, so I'm excited about football being back.
Funny thing about him, he is a huge football fan. He doesn't have a team. He likes certain players, but he likes the Eagles because they're the home team, but he don't really like them. He used to like the Patriots because he was a big Tom Brady fan, but now that Tom Brady,
I like the Patriots. I used to like Tom Brady.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. He would watch that because of Tom Brady. So he doesn't have a team. So it's like he watches football, but we're not like a Eagles house or this house.
No, we have no allegiance to nobody.
No.
No, it's definitely not the Eagles. So you can miss me with that shit.
But we get excited when they win.
Yeah, we root for them. Get excited when they win, but not surprised when they lose.
Yeah. So what's your woes?
Woes is that we was on the outs. My feelings got hurt. We was on the outs a little bit, and it really hurt. It really stung. It really had an impact on what we got going on. And that was a woe for me. That was a low spot. You know how going through shit with you affects me. So that was a woe that we haven't had in a long time. So it was like, damn, it wasn't like a normal tiff. It was like back to the grill again tiff. So that's how it felt. So in light of that, us not being our best self and going through some things, me being on the worst side of it, just wanted to talk to you about some questions about us.
Okay.
See where your head is at.
So are we answering the questions, or you just I'm answering?
We. So
okay.
You can go. I'm gonna ask you, and then you can ask me back, and we'll go from there.
La, la, la.
So
drum roll.
Let me get a sip of ginger. Put a ginger on that.
Let's just preface this by saying we are on the upside of that hurdle that we worked through. So let's just put that out there.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm comfortable with that. Just leave it at that.
Okay. I don't know what that was for, but okay.
So, question 1. What's your biggest fear?
So, okay, is this just life questions or in respect of in terms of relationship?
In terms of our relationship.
My biggest fear is being betrayed.
Being betrayed?
By you, like if that's what we're talking about, because I have so much trust and you are my source of like peace, and it's not like I think about what this nigga doing or is he cheating or like that. Those thoughts just don't come in my mind. And
but that's your biggest fear in a relationship, is that I betray you?
Yeah, I guess I don't.
Betrayal?
It's not like
That's a strong word.
I don't walk around like fearful of that.
I didn't say that.
Right, but yeah, that would be. I mean, I'm not afraid of anything else. I'm afraid to be hurt. But I don't know. I guess it's weird to say. It's not like I think that I'm going to be, but that probably would completely catch me off guard and devastate me if if there was some act of betrayal. But it's not like that's in the back of my mind, like, oh my God, I'm so fearful, I don't want him to betray me. If that makes sense. So I don't think about it because I don't think that you would.
But it's kind of one of them things where you're like not over explaining, but you're using a lot of words, and I can't really,
because you made me feel like you didn't understand.
Because I don't, but I do, because I kind of understand. Like, it's like okay, if you're saying it like I'm just a female and I don't want to be betrayed, I don't want my heart broke, I get that, but I don't understand if it's like, what's going on here?
So again, it's not something that I think would happen, but I guess that would be the where the source of pain would be, because I would be caught off guard.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, what about you?
My biggest fear is not being understood to the point where we can't come back from it. That's my biggest fear, is that I feel so misunderstood that I stop trying.
Wow. So so that you feel so misunderstood that you stop trying. Okay, so it would have to be like misunderstood on something that would be a deal breaker. Or is the deal breaker the fact that you're misunderstood?
Deal breakers for us are infidelity and domestic abuse.
Right, but you said so misunderstood that we couldn't come back from it, indicating
that there's a third option.
What? I don't get it.
If infidelity is an option for us to not be together, if domestic violence is an option for us to not be together, then being so misunderstood is also an option.
Oh, wow. Learning something new. Okay.
Also, losing my freedom and not having good health as far as life. What would you say in life?
In life, I would definitely say losing someone close to me.
Right.
Like, in my life, I've lost my grandma when I was 23, and I lost an aunt last year who I was close with. I lost a cousin in between there about 10 years ago. We weren't close like that. So losing somebody that's really close to me, I don't know, if that would, I just don't know. I don't ever, I'll just leave it there. So yeah, in life, that would definitely be that, and, not living up to the potential of what God's purpose is for me, which is weird because I feel like in some cases you may never know what that is. Like how that's something that we talked about before when we talked about me turning 40, and you deal with purpose, and it's like it's not like a treasure hunt where one day you find it and it's like, I found the message, here's my purpose.
That's why I think it's one of those, and I'm a firm believer in God, but I think it's one of them things he doesn't have nothing to do with. I think the purpose in life you find yourself.
Wow.
I think you find that in yourself. I don't think that's ordained on you to be like every every person or every man and woman I put on this earth is meant to do this. No, I think you find that in yourself through your experiences in your life. So that
That's
one
something to think
particular
on.
thing, I don't think God has nothing to do. There may be some guidance there. There may be some mercy, some luck. Those things he's responsible for.
That navigates you or
Yeah.
drives you to there.
But
Okay.
just your purpose yourself, I think you find that within.
Okay.
If you could be anywhere in the world, where would you be and why?
If I could be anywhere in the world, I would be somewhere in the tropics. Can't really specify a place. Because I love the sun and I love that climate. And I just feel like that's where I'm more that's where I just love to be. So I will be there, and that's why yeah. If we could live, and I know it's a different lifestyle that you would have to become acclimated to, but I think we could do it.
If I could be anywhere in the world, I would be here with y'all, talking to y'all.
Oh.
I want to create my life the way I want to live it and stand where my feet's supposed to be. So I'm supposed to be here right now. I want to be here right now.
I thought you were speaking holistically, not like
I didn't say
at
that
this
these were
moment.
holistic questions.
I know, but when you said,
I didn't say anything was holistic. I didn't say broaden your.
I know. I was just thinking in life. I didn't know at this moment. At this moment, I'm happy to be
You
right
talking about life? I said, well, you said how are these life or within our relationship, and I said within our relationship.
I know, but I'm just saying within our relationship, I would like for us to be on an island somewhere. We could still be with them doing this.
I
But
would like to be right here. God is meant for me to be right here on this day. And this is where I want to be. This is where I'm supposed to be.
I respect
I'll
that.
be at those other places. He gonna put me there. I know he is. I'm gonna be a lot of other places, but right now.
I meant
I'm
like
here.
living there. I wasn't just talking about
Right
vacation.
now, I'm here.
Okay.
What's a fond childhood memory that's near and dear to your heart?
Wow, a fond childhood memory. So, it's wow. I mean, I can't. Yeah, we talked about childhood trauma and that kind of stuff.
Fond
but
is the key word.
I know I was going to say,
No,
but I can't.
Don't throw no trauma out there.
No. I was saying that to say I can't say like I lived a life of trauma. Like maybe dysfunctional family we talked about, but I had a lot of good childhood memories.
Fond childhood.
So I remember
that's near
when
and dear
I
to your
was
heart.
in the 3rd grade, and in school they had, which I don't think schools do this anymore.
Are you sure you want to tell this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there another one I should be telling?
No, I'm just saying, make sure you kind of.
Yeah, I mean, well, because the cameras are rolling, so I didn't want to think too long. So I just went to the first thing that popped in my head. I guess that was,
3rd grade. Go ahead.
3rd grade. Schools don't do this any longer, but we took ballet lessons. Like I have after school extracurricular activities and stuff like that, and I took dance lessons, ballet, and I did it for a short period of time. It might have just been for that one school year. And I remember having a recital and, like being on the stage. I never took dance lessons after that, and I would have loved to, but that was, that I can visually see myself on the stage. We had chairs and, like when you stand, but the back is to you and you kind of like hold on it for balance. Like I can see myself in the auditorium at Thomas Mifflin Elementary School, and I just remember that so that was a fond memory that stands out in my mind. I have others, but that's one. What's one for you?
Not for people to feel sorry for me, but I don't have a lot of fond childhood memories.
Do you think you don't have memories? I was like, you think you just don't remember them? But that's a memory.
Let me do me. You did you.
That was a touch of cloud moment.
So I don't have a lot of fond childhood memories, but I do have one to answer this question. It was my Nana taking us Easter shopping. And she's taking us Easter shopping every Easter that I was a kid, and we got Easter clothes. But this one particular Easter, it was like, you're not getting anything. Like I got bills, I ain't got no money. I knew my mom wasn't getting us anything. Um, and it was like, Easter was Sunday. This was like Friday.
Okay.
She was like, get on the bus with us, with her. And we went downtown. And I remember she was like, I can't afford to get y'all what y'all want.
So who, what? So
it was me, Gary, my brother, and Donnie, my cousin. And we were young. And we get downtown and we go in the store and we looking at sweatsuits. And she's like, get the one you want. And I got this Michael Jordan sweatsuit that was $190. And I was like, holy shit, like, I'm gonna have to get Bobos with these because she ain't gonna get
Bobos,
nothing else.
They cost $1.99.
Like, nothing else. And she was tight-lipped standing there, and all three of us got a different sweatsuit that was over $150. And we bought them, and then she was like, what kind of sneakers y'all want? And we were looking at Jordans, and she was like, I ain't getting y'all no $100 sneakers. And we looking at the sneakers, and we trying them on. She got all three of us a pair of Jordans. That's when I got Bugs Bunny Jordans with the tongue with the holes in them. They was $160. I'm like 14.
You was doing it.
So then we come out the store. All three of us got this gear. We walking down the street cheesing. And she like, y'all hungry? We like, yeah. So we go to McDonald's, get a grub, come out, and we walking past the stands. This is the time where they're selling rhinestone jackets.
I can visualize this on Market Street.
On Market Street, they selling rhinestone jackets, and they got the Brooklyn, the New York, all the different kinds. And we looking at she asked us, y'all like these jackets? And we like, hell yeah, we like these jackets, but we ain't think to ask you because we ain't, we got all this stuff, and you fed us, and we trying on the jackets. And she told each one of us to get a jacket. My jacket was $180. I think my brother's was $160, and Donnie's was like $150.
Nana had got her income tax.
And she had like a little bag on us. We was like, and I remember that shit like it was yesterday. Like I can remember the smell of the bus, like what she had on, like everything. And it was just like, okay, I'll never forget that. Like that was some cool
Shout
shit.
out to Nana.
Yeah, on a Sunday was Easter, and she bought us that shit on Friday. And like every weekend we would stay over her house. So it was like the shit that weekend. Like it was the shit that weekend.
Shout out to Nana. Let me just tell y'all, Nana is his grandma. Nana is 96.
97.
97. Beautiful, witty. She is it okay if I say, she's suffering from dementia. But I will tell you, when I met Nana 20 years ago, she loved me from day one.
Yep.
She used to be like, hey, girl. Hey, girl. She's like, look at you. And this is what she always did.
Shake a shimmy.
What y'all doing this weekend? That was Nana thing. Look at you. What y'all doing this weekend? Shout out to Nana.
Shout out to my grandmother. What song truly speaks to you?
First, I'm a music lover in a different way than you, but that's a deep song. So I gotta just pick one.
I'll give you two.
Wow.
Hey, a deuce ball.
What song truly speaks to me? So of course I immediately thought about gospel music, and I would say Order My Steps is one.
Who sings that?
Now you're trying it. Because I don't know that it's not like a popular gospel artist, and it actually was a choir. I'm going to tell you, and the lady who sings it says GMVA. I think that's the original people. GMWA, Women of Worship.
Okay.
So not sure, but that song automatically stands out in my head because I feel like that song in of itself, just the title, is a prayer to God, a request, order my steps. So I love that song. Another song that speaks to me, I'm gonna sneak in three. I don't care.
You got two.
So High by John Legend. I have to say that. That was a song that I always loved. We always loved at any time it comes on, no matter where we are, we have sang that song together. Oh, I feel like I'm getting watery eyed. We have sang that song together.
Fucking rock.
For years, to the top of our lungs, no matter where we are when that comes on. And it was our first dance song at our wedding. So that song, I have to say, if I can only pick two, would be those two.
Okay, that's cool. They're good songs.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
First in my head would be John Legend, All of Me, because the lyrics is just a song written to his wife, and those, you know, you can easily relate to those lyrics if you love your wife. So that song truly speaks to me. And music, beautiful. You know, that's my shit.
Yes.
Like I could sing that 10 times over. So yeah, John Legend, All of Me, and music, beautiful.
I love both of those songs.
I think the song is
I think it is called So Beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, both beautiful songs. You know what I have to say? I thought, and not like in a ratchet kind of way, I thought you were going to say like a Jay-Z song, just of something that was
I was
like...
going to say Song Cry.
No, but like something that was like a motivating song or something like that. And, you know, as you were coming up,
John Legend, All of Me, it motivates you to love your wife.
I said as you were coming up. Yeah, so I didn't know what direction you were going.
I wasn't thinking anything ratchet didn't first come to my mind when I...
Not that Jay-Z is on the ratchet side of rap, you know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Who is someone you are inspired by?
That's a good question. Because, you know, I don't look to like famous people and stuff like that for like inspiration, because I feel like you only know what you know, like based on...
Yeah, but you can still take something that you see or the things you do know from a famous person and apply it some kind of way. You don't have to look to them for it. But if it's there and it inspires you, why be like, I ain't looking to you for no inspiration?
No, I'm just saying, like, when I know people, for me, I'm more inspired by people that I know personally, especially, like, if I know their story and I know, you know, things that they've been through or worked through. So, I will say two people would be you and my sister Erica. You know, just knowing your path, and it's crazy because...
We got a podcast that's coming up that's going to be about my story. So that's in the works soon, coming up. And it's going to be it's probably be 2 parts because it's going to be a lot in there. But it's going to be called My Story. So tune in for that. Check out that. That's going to be a dope
Oh,
podcast.
I'm looking forward to that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just your story is still evolving. And I'm still... You know, I don't care what nobody say. I love you more than anybody in this world. And I know you better than anybody in this world. And I'm still learning new things about you and discovering new things as you discover things about yourself. So being in it and a part of it, sometimes it's like, man, it's just your life. Like, you just doing it. But if I step away and look, and with knowing all the information, it's just inspiring, you know. It's just inspiring to me. People may have different opinions based on like the nucleus of your story, but for me it's inspiring. And then for my sister, I'll say, you know, being a single mother of 5 who has not always been in a good position to take care of herself and her children, and whether it was situations that she's been placed in or situations that she's placed herself in based on choices that she made. Nevertheless, she is on the upside of things, and really, she's just, when I step back and look at her, and I guess again, that's why I say knowing people and knowing their story and knowing where they came from, and seeing growth and how people change, you know, being able to step back and see us go out, and she got on freaking hills and just looking beautiful and ladylike, and it's like, it's just inspiring for me to see her growth. And, you know, I know she's taking steps. I don't want to put all her business out there, but she's taking steps to take care of herself so that she can be a better person for her children. And that's just inspiring to me. Who inspires you?
I'm inspired by you. I mean, we've been together for 20 years. So the things that I've seen you overcome in your life inspires me, makes me care about you that much more. So I'm inspired by you, but also I'm inspired by Wallow 267. Like, I fuck with Wallow 267 heavy. That's my guy. Yeah, he made a video the other day. The 14th was the death of his older brother. And if people out there who haven't watched this video, watch it, because this is why this guy is so relatable. And he's just super inspiring. And he's one of the reasons why I'm not in this world, but the reason why I want to go so hard in this world is because I seen somebody like him do it. So I know I can do it. So that's the inspiration behind that.
Now, you know what, when I say famous
people...
people...
to kick it up a notch.
When I say famous people and stuff like that, you know, I do have to say, Wallow is so relatable. It's almost like, yeah, he's famous, but like, he ain't famous. That's Wallow. And it's a gift and a curse with social media, because you let people in your life so that you can be relatable and they feel like they know you, which is good if they can take something from that. But then some people, and I say this from a consumerism aspect, some people feel like they know you so much they pop off, like, you know, about your products and things like that. Like, I've seen some business owners post stuff like that. But with social media, it's a gift and a curse, because you want to be relatable. You want people to know you. And they forget that, you know, you not that they forget, they don't look at the fact that you become this famous person, because you feel like, this my cousin. Like, this Wallow. You see him, like, in the market or something, you shake his hand, you don't even think about it.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody where I come from that inspiring. I just haven't. I mean, not a church member, not an elder person. Like, I've never seen anybody that look like me, could be me, has a similar story as me, and just be that inspiring. And when you watch him and you fuck with him, you learn the things that drive him, and that makes it even 10 times more, because like you said, you can relate to a person's story. So yeah, I see myself all through, like, our lives just have a parallel situation, and he's
very much so.
Super inspiring.
That's dope. And I like that you give him his flowers while he's here. So many people, and not to say that people didn't give, like, a DMX or people like that their flowers, but you start to hear so much about how good a person is after they're gone. You know, people respect your music and all that, but then they really start to talk about your character once you're gone, and not giving you those flowers while you're here. At least you don't hear it in the mainstream. So
yeah, shout out to Wallow 267. If you could have sex anywhere, where would you choose? If we could have sex anywhere, not you. Like, start without me.
I was gonna say, you would be there. We you know, we pretty much hit a lot of spots. You know, we've never done a beach thing, because you say, you know,
you don't want sand
the
in your
sand.
coochie.
Yes, he always said sand is gonna get it. Like,
you just a sand crab in your coochie, you're gonna have a bad infection. I'm telling you, they're like this small, like a grain of rice.
Well,
get a couple sand crabs in your coochie and start scratching.
If we have
let them lay a few eggs in there.
If we have a big enough blanket, and we don't allow, and you know, or not all sand is created equal.
Talking about the coochie, that the front of it is wet, so sand will, like, stick to that. Sand
You're gonna make us
blows
have
in
to
the
put
air.
an X-rated thing.
I'm just saying, sand blows in the air, like, it'll.
Yeah. So, you know, I would say, like, outdoors, on a balcony, in a beautiful place, hearing the ocean crash, the ocean waves. I mean, yeah. What about you?
Mine would be Cooper Park, when we was married at.
Wow. Like at our wedding location?
Somewhere around there. And it's funny she say that. My other choice was a high balcony.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
Yeah, that was a high balcony.
Yes.
Um,
When the next time we go on vacation? Say no.
what's something you wish we did more often?
You know what? Sometimes I would, and this might sound weird to say because we talk a lot. Sometimes we talk a lot Friday to Sunday. I'll say that. Sometimes the daily routine of our lives doesn't lend to that. So sometimes I wish we like what if we went like Monday through Thursday with no TV and we just talked?
You're working.
No, I mean like in the evening. So I would just
maybe
say
not
that
4 days in a row, but
I would say that it just maybe sometimes we decompress, and I think that would be a beautiful.
How about
we
get
have
off work early and then we have time to ourselves?
we have done this before, where like on a Friday, Saturday night or something after date night, we come home, lay naked across the bed. We might have some music playing, and we just lay there and talk. And this is like a moment of intimacy, like non-sexual intimacy, where we just are enjoying each other's space, talking, laughing. We might fall asleep laying across the bed. Like those quiet moments is where it's just quieting in our soul. So
What about the question I asked?
what was the question you asked?
What if you get off work early and we made time for ourselves during the week?
That is a goal that I strive. I think I've been getting off early more frequently than in the past.
I don't. Well, here you go again, chopping at these small increments of success. All I'm saying
Every
is
little bit helps, right?
Why, we could have some time for a walk or a talk. Damn, I didn't know that was going to rhyme. But could have some time for a walk or a talk.
Let's schedule some time to talk about it and revisit,
I don't think married couples should schedule time.
No. I said schedule time to talk about it and talk about our calendars and work that out. Because now guess what? If you give me the green light to resign.
Come on with this bullshit, man.
Because being a stay-at-home wife is my dream job. Let's just be clear.
To stay at home and do nothing.
No, not to do
the
anything.
House gonna be clean?
The house is going to be
clean.
It's going to smell magnificent.
My clothes going to be where they need to be.
You will never see laundry in you will.
Am I going to have undercooked? White chicken.
Your chicken was good for dinner.
I had crispy chicken.
I will be. Try me. Try me.
Okay, that question. Mine is sex and travel.
What would we do more often?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say the travel part, but yeah. I try not to get on his nerves too much, but
But you're all for the travel part, but not excited about the sex part.
No, you don't do that because
I was just asking because you said the travel and then you didn't say anything.
Well, I didn't finish.
Okay.
But of course, I'm always down for that. Like we can turn the cameras off right now. But I'm saying the travel part, we can go every weekend.
No, we can't. But we can travel more often. We will travel more often, but we can't go every weekend. That's just the reality of it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Which song describes our love story the best?
Okay, so I'm thinking about
you only
the
get
words
one
and
this
lyrics.
time. It's only one.
I have to go back to So High. Baby, since the day you came into my life, you showed me that we were born to fly.
Don't keep going.
Every day, new
possibilities. That was mine too.
Yeah.
Yep, that was mine too.
Oh, you're my lobster. It's just called So High.
Okay.
Yeah.
He goes up so high.
You're my lobster. You're my person.
How do you define great sex?
So I guess you
No, how do you define great sex?
I heard the question. I was
Okay.
gonna say, I guess you would let me know because I can enjoy it, and you could have thought.
No, how do you define great sex for you, not for me?
Oh, for me,
Yeah. You
it varies.
What part don't you understand?
It varies because when it comes to sex, I could want something different every time. Sometimes I might want it slow and long and juicy and wet. Sometimes I might want it hard and fast.
Baby.
And mean.
Baby.
Yes.
How do you define great sex?
If it's satisfying. Like, that's the simplest way I can say it. But what's satisfying is different at different times depending on what I want. So that's how I would define great sex. At the end of it, am I satisfied? Did I achieve the goal?
What constitutes being satisfied? Other than getting what you want at that moment.
Well, and also satisfy my, like, that's why what I started to say in the beginning before you rudely interrupted me is it's a mutual exchange. I don't want to just be satisfied and you're not. So I don't approach sex in that way. Like, I want to know I did a good job for you, and I want you to do a good job for me.
You're making this question a lot more difficult than it has to
be. Why? Because I'm not answering okay, how do you define great sex?
Intimacy, passion, and climax.
That's so textbook. Okay, yeah, that's great sex. You're right. I mean, it's not wrong, but it's so
intimacy is all the things you just said.
Okay.
That's one part of it. The passion is, okay, how passionate are we while we're having sex?
I might not want it to be passionate.
So that's why I said how passionate.
Okay.
Because it could be low, where we're not passionate at all.
I might want it to be mean.
Or it could be high passion. That's why I said it depends on how much passion is there.
All right, that was very textbook. You're right. I thought you were looking for a more personal answer.
That's my personal answer. I didn't get that out of a textbook. I asked myself the question, and that's what came up. And climax. Is that not on your list of things?
Yes. So, well, that's satisfaction. So,
okay.
Again, that's why I
said what constitutes satisfaction, and you didn't say anything.
Yes, that's it. I didn't know you were looking for those technical terms.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I thought you meant, like, how do I...
Was that a hard question, people? How do you define great sex?
Or was his...
Tell me, how do you define great sex? Just answer in the comments, whatever, on YouTube or on the gram. How do you define great sex? Intimacy, passion, and climax. And she said like 150 words.
Satisfaction based on what my needs are at the time.
Okay.
2 pumps might satisfy me one day. I might need 200 the next.
Okay. All right.
You up for the task?
What's your favorite thing about our relationship?
That you're my friend first. That is my favorite thing. You know, you're my husband, of course. No, you're my husband first, but you were my friend first. Let me say that. You know, yeah, like, you're my husband, you're my protector, you're my provider. But my favorite thing is that you are my friend, so I know that, you know, throughout anything, that level of friendship, it's a special bond.
Mm-hmm. My answer was we are best friends.
Yeah.
I think that's the best part of our relationship.
Yeah. Do you think that men and women could be platonic friends?
No.
I would say, do you think, like, if you had a wife and I had a husband, we could be best friends?
No, we'd fuck.
Yeah.
No, you can't be platonic friends with a man. No, not straight woman and straight man can't be platonic friends.
I agree. I just wanted to know. Yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
No way. What superpower do you wish you had? Don't make this difficult.
Why I had to make it to... What do you think I'm going to say? I'm raise people from the dead?
No, she just might say some weird shit. Like, just, you know.
I wish I could teleport. Teleport myself? Is that how you say it?
Telepathic?
No, teleport myself.
Like, go from here to there?
Yeah, if I wanted to, like, you know, go see the kids, like, I could just...
And be there?
And be there.
Okay.
Yes, I wish I could teleport myself.
Teleport.
What would yours be?
Not to ever have my feelings hurt.
Is that a superpower, or
yeah, superpower? Like, I don't know what you would call it, but you have, I guess, ice in your veins.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
It is dangerous
Because if your emotions are cut off in that aspect, what else would it be cut off from?
I don't know.
I feel like you have to not care. You have to have a certain level of not caring to not be hurt. And I wonder if that's dangerous. I'm not saying, I'm just saying I wonder if that would be dangerous.
It possibly would be. I would probably need a booster with my superpower.
And now you're getting a booster shot.
What's one of my best qualities?
One of your best your willpower. You're very determined, and you have great willpower. So when you set your mind to do something, I guess it's all tied in together. Willpower, discipline, determination. When you set your mind to do something, you can get it done. I lack in that area of discipline. I think I do have, well, yeah, this is about you. So that's my answer. What's mine?
Your corniness.
Thanks. I think. I'm just joking.
I'm not calling you corny in the context. So
I know.
It's not
You
like
always
I'm
tell me
saying,
that.
get the fuck out of here, you corny ass bitch. I'm just saying, you corny. Like, that's one of the reasons why I love you. Is because your corny ties into you being naive. And sometimes it's like cute, but sometimes it's like, man, fuck, I gotta explain this to her.
Just because I don't know about like the drug world and stuff like that. Like, you know, I think it my uniqueness just allows me to not be.
It's like we come from the same place, but we don't know the same things.
Well, because we had different experience and exposure.
Let me get to that. Yeah, I'm about to say we had different experiences and exposure, but we lived 20 houses from each other. Or 30 houses from each other. Yeah. So it's like, what the fuck?
But again, our exposure to things, you were 13 years old, not coming in the house until, midnight. I was 15 years old, asking if I could walk to the store at 6 o'clock in the evening. So our lifestyles, the lifestyles that we were allowed to experience were completely different, and our home life, similar in some ways, but different. So, yeah. And male and female, too, being a teenage boy and a teenage girl, Yeah.
What's something you believe about relationships but no longer do?
Something I believe about relationships.
You believed.
Oh.
Believed
about relationships but no longer do. You know what?
Believed.
The gender roles thing, and this was something that I used to feel like he would be like, do you need me to help with whatever it is, helping clean the house or whatever it is? And I used to feel like, no, like, that's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. But it's like, this is our house together. And, if you're willing to help, and like, why would I not want you to? Because overall it's helping us. It's allowing us to have more time together. It's allowing, me to be maybe less stressed in some situations. So I think that mentality of I'm the woman and I'm supposed to do this. Now I think there still are some things that I am supposed to do.
I was ready to say, where you going? That you don't believe in gender roles?
No, there are some things that I am supposed to do as the woman and as your wife, because that's the established relationship that we have. But it's okay if you assist, and I learned to be okay with that. What about you?
That nobody stays together anymore, and marriage sucks.
Wow. So did you feel like that because, like, did you ever know any people that were successfully married in your personal life? Not like TV or anything?
No, never. And the thing about it is, I thought about this, like, we were worse. We were good, but we were worse unmarried. And I feel like the year that we've been married, it's better a lot better, but it's hard.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if I really thought that deep into. Actually, I know I didn't think that deep into it in previous years. Like, obviously, didn't want things to be difficult between us or hard between us, but I don't know if it was at the forefront of my mind. And maybe it's therapy. I don't know, being there, a constant in our relationship. But it makes me think about, like, okay, before we were good. We wasn't bad at all. We were good, but after marriage we were better. But it's more hard.
Do you feel like it's self-inflicted? Like, do you feel that it's hard? Is that thought self-inflicted on you because of the pressure of, we're married now, we gotta work. We're married now, and gotta work.
No, because again, nobody's perfect, so there's going to be some bumps, but it's more of a focus on how we handle it and how you recover from things than it used to be. And that's the things that's at the forefront of your mind. The stress of what you say, what you do, how you react, all those things you care about more, after marriage than you. And not that I didn't care before, because I did have a level of care, but post marriage, it's a higher level.
And I think because it's been brought to our attention more. But with you saying that, you know what it made me think? That, like you said, with therapy, it has helped bring those things to the forefront. So it's almost like when you're studying for a test and it's hard because you're learning all of these new things, and it's like once you know them, it kind of becomes second nature.
I didn't study for a lot of tests, so can't relate.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, it just kind of becomes second nature, and these things. Doesn't mean that, you may not need a refresher on some things, and sometimes you might need a reminder or to, kind of review some of the training material. But that's what it made me feel like when you were saying that, like, okay, it may be hard because you're learning things that you thought you knew, but we really didn't, and now it's in the forefront of our mind. And I think over time, hopefully it'll feel easier, because I don't feel like it's hard. I just feel like there's more focus.
You got your opinion, I got mine.
Yeah. And I wasn't saying that you were wrong. I was just,
right.
What you made me think about something that I had never considered before.
What's a song you can sing to me by heart right now?
Oh my goodness. I am not that good. Can the music play?
No, by heart.
Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston.
Wow. What the fuck?
Without no music, I know.
The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston.
First of all, my memory, there's songs that can come on and I know every single word while it's playing.
I've never heard you sing every single word to a song. Never. I've heard you get into it, and I've known you like a whole lot of songs. Even Beyonce songs. You don't know every single.
I didn't say I know every single song.
You said every single word. It was on tape.
No, I'm saying if a song is playing, there are songs where I will know every word of that song while it's playing, and I sing it with it. I'm not saying I know every song.
No, I'm saying every single word. I've seen you sing songs that you are fond of, and you always.
I know "Smash Into You."
Every word.
Every word.
So you won't mess up one word.
No.
I'm gonna put it on.
Okay.
I think you're gonna fuck it up.
but if you're talking about, and it's weird that I say Greatest Love of All, and I remember as a kid, 5 or 6, the first song that I knew word for word. So maybe that's why I remember it. But you know how I am. I suck with learning songs. Like when new rap songs, not even just new rap songs, new songs come out, he knows them in 24 hours. Me,
3 times is all I need to hear it. Once to hear the song, 2 to listen to the lyrics, 3 is where I pick it up at. By 4 and 5, I can rap with the song.
Give me around 30 times, and then it's
wow, 30?
I just don't.
What the hell are you listening to?
I just don't memorize. I don't know. I just don't memorize things. Maybe.
Does anybody else brain work like that? You need 30 times to listen to a song?
Man.
Or Like,
I
silly.
probably could memorize it. If that's why, a lot of times if we're listening to songs, I'll read the lyrics. That stands out in my mind more than that helps me remember a song more than just listening to it. Yeah. What's the song you could sing to me?
So High.
See, I know you again. That's a song. When it comes on, I know every single word while it's playing. But if I had to sing it right now without the music, I'm gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
But you know that I know every single word of that.
I don't think you know every single
I
word.
do.
I keep saying that. I don't think you know every single
We're
word.
We're playing
of
this
no
as
song.
soon as the camera goes
I don't
off.
think you know every single word of no song.
Okay.
I think you can sing along with songs, but I don't think you know every single word of no song. Who am I aside from being a spouse?
I mean, it's
Just answer this question for yourself.
It's kind of redundant, but you're my best friend.
No, who are you besides being a
Oh.
spouse? That's why I said answer this question for yourself.
But you said, I know, but you said, who am I? So I
what
thought
did
you
I
were
say
saying.
after that?
You
Answer
said
this question for yourself.
Right. So I thought you were saying to me, who are you?
No.
So who am I?
Yes.
Okay.
So
you should have said, who are you? Besides being a spouse. Is it me or him? He worded it that way. So who am I?
And I'm on weed.
You're on weed.
Yeah.
I am a great role model.
Talk your shit.
For the women and hopefully men, young boys in my life that I have an opportunity to impact their lives in a positive way. I try to instill love and bravery and pride into them, and not just children. I try to be that to adults in my life as well. I try to be an inspiration. I try to be a motivator. I try to be a great support system, and that's to everybody who I love. So I would say that's who I am.
I would say I am a violent, caring, sweet black man. I'm a business owner. I'm a brother, and I'm a friend.
You made my eyebrows like curl up a little bit when you said, why did you start with violent?
Because I'm violent.
I think you may have some violent tendencies, but I don't, defining you as being violent, you can be violent if necessary.
I didn't ask you to define me. I'm defining myself.
I'm telling you my opinion on you.
I didn't ask though.
Okay.
I didn't ask though.
Please don't be alarmed. He's not a violent man.
Yeah, didn't inquire about that. New segment we got coming up is called What's Your Beef?
Oh.
So you on the spot. My beef is you answered them questions good.
You did a great job too.
Yeah. So what's your beef? Is like
what you got beef with? What's something that's like gnawing at you that's like, this is my problem. I got a beef with this. I just got to get it off my chest. Like.
So my beef, start the segment off, is this woman who shot her son over a goddamn memory card. This was in Chicago. Lady asked her son about a goddamn SD memory card. He didn't remember where he placed it. She shot him in the head. She took 2 phone calls while he was laying on the kitchen floor sobbing, bullet in his head. Took 2 phone calls and then went back and asked him where my SD card at, and he didn't know, and she shot him and killed him. Her own son. So my beef is, I think this lady, and this is gonna go left, I know people gonna think I'm crazy, but I think she should stub her toe, right, and her toenail should come off, and then she should get gangrene in that toe, and then it should spread to her leg, and then it should spread to the rest of her body, and she should go. That's how I think she should go. So that's my beef.
That was a very well thought out plan of demise for her.
That's foul.
Yeah.
That's foul. So that's my beef. What's your beef?
You know what my beef is? My beef is with people on social media that you know in real life. Like, you know them in real life, but then they have this social media facade that
it's fairy tale land. Go ahead.
but I mean, even the most trivial of things where it's like,
I was just having this conversation at work with somebody, but go ahead.
But you know the emoji was like, do I look like that?
Yeah.
It's
some
like
things that people say and some things that people do.
Wait, this is my beef.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's almost like you should be doing and saying that to somebody who doesn't know you. Then it would be plausible. But the fact that you're doing and showing it to people that do know you, it makes it seem like you crazy.
It is a mental
disorder.
It
makes it seem like you crazy.
And I'm going to just say this, like, if I was on social media talking about how I'm just going to say something like completely outrageous because this is something you would know is not true. Like, was at the strip club making it rain last night, and y'all would be like, people who know me like, no, you wasn't. My husband follows me, would be like, why would you say this? That wasn't true. Like, why would you say? And if you are a person who maybe you have followers where nobody knows you, so nobody would know this is not true, that's one thing. But when you know you have followers, whether it's close friends or family that know you, and you post stuff,
and they know your
and
situation,
you know it's not true, it makes me look at people like, I'm not going to say not judging, I'm judging. Because I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why do you feel the sense to put on this facade or to lie? Like, it's so easy and peaceful to be yourself. That's my beef. Like, people know the real you. Like, why would you lie and say stuff and put on this, like,
just be you. Everybody else is taking up.
That's how I feel.
Just be you.
Yeah. That's my beef. I'm happy I got that off my chest.
We adding that segment to the show. What's your beef? Look out for that coming. We're gonna make that a little stronger.
Mm-hmm.
You heard the story of Nicole Jones?
No, I don't. That name doesn't ring a bell.
She was shot 17 times by her ex-boyfriend's girlfriend.
Oh,
so
yes.
Nicole Jones was a girl. She was had a boyfriend. She broke up with him. He had a girlfriend he was messing with. They used to call her phone and say when she was in the bed with him and all kinds of shit. Mm-hmm. And then they had threatening conversations, and she said, "I'm gonna kill you." And then the girl Nicole had a new boyfriend who had this beat up van who she kind of recognized when he came home.
No, it wasn't. That was the same guy.
That was the same guy?
Yeah, it wasn't a new boyfriend.
Okay.
It was the same guy. She had broke up with him, but this girl was still stalking her.
So she stole his van and pulled up to her house, and she came outside asking her, "What are you doing here?" And
she thought it was the guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit went left, and she shot her 17 times. Like 17 times she got shot by her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend.
Shot her to the point where she had to act like she was dead because she realized the girl was not going to stop.
Yeah, and she kept saying, "Won't you die? Won't you die?" And she said, "I could hear the click of the gun," so she emptied the clip.
You know, I will say this. I have never wanted to be in any kind of relationship with anybody where if things went left, my life will be in danger, or like a third party would put. That is, I didn't know her name when you said it, but I did hear the story. That young lady she walks with a walker. That they didn't think she was going to walk alone. She walks with a walker.
She was paralyzed, but she got a feeling back.
Horrible.
And she has a colostomy bag, all that stuff.
Yeah. It's a very sad story. They fortunately caught the girl.
But what's happening to like women shooting women 17 times?
I don't even know. I can't even shooting a woman twice. Like, you pulling up to somebody's house to shoot somebody. Now this is the crazy thing. You got the man. She's not even with him anymore.
Yeah, I'm ready to say you called her saying,
"Yeah,
I'm in the bed with him.
You stole his car to come shoot me, and you got him, sis.
That's crazy.
I don't want him no more."
17 times.
Or even if I did want him, you got him. You left the bed with him to come shoot me.
That's crazy. I've never heard that. 17 times a girl shot a girl. Not unless it was some gang shit, but over a dude.
Yeah, sad.
Like, damn, I would just to think that a girl shot another girl over me. How would I feel about that?
I was gonna say that would it be that guilt that you caused this? Like, no,
Yeah.
you didn't pull the trigger, but you caused this by, cheating and doing whatever you was doing, for being in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
You caused this. Then yeah, you didn't pull the trigger, but you were deceitful and created the environment that led to this happening.
That's crazy. 3 grams. Man stabbed a woman with semen-filled syringe. Gets 10 years. He jerked off in a syringe, put his nut in a syringe, and then walked past the lady. There's a video of it. Walked past the lady and poked her.
So my first thought is
She was like, ow, and like looking around, and he looking on the floor like what was that? And he the one who bumped into her and poked her with a fucking needle with his ejaculation in it.
So that's disgusting. My first thought is that's just gross. Like, why would you do that?
And this happened in 2019, and he just got 10 years for it.
Yeah, my first thought was that's gross. It's not like she can get pregnant. What was your purpose in doing that? But that's bodily fluids,
That's
and you
some
can
sick
transmit HIV if he's infected. Like, that's bodily.
But if he's
bodily
not
fluids.
infected, he's
That's
just
still
a dude
gross.
who's yeah, like that's
Because what's the purpose?
like you want your semen in her, or you
In
find
her
a
thigh?
woman to be like, yeah, they'll be like, oh, she's so hot, let me go put my, like, do you think that's going to make a baby if you inject her in her thigh with semen?
I mean, you could have just spit in
Like,
the
you're
syringe.
a grown man. How do you not know that's not going to make a baby?
That's some psycho. But my thought is this is bodily fluids and HIV, hepatitis. Like, yeah, that's sick.
PPP getting cut off, and I heard Charlamagne talking about this. I saw this on the gram. The Bronx robberies. A lot of robberies happening in New York because the shit getting cut off and people got to go back to work. And, you've been not working for a year and a half. How can you just one Tuesday start getting back up at 4 o'clock? So people be out on route, and there's a video out of a couple people there's another video out of a dude getting robbed, but it's shorter than the one I showed you. And then there's one in the Bronx where a guy gets his chain, his watch, his sneakers, everything took just right on the corner.
So my thought is this: it's a little related but different than what that theory is. I don't think it's so much that people who are supposed to go back to work don't want to go back to work, because ain't everyday working people out here just sticking people up, robbing them.
It could be your girl though,
but
that's not getting PPP no more, and you the baby daddy.
I don't think, and we don't know, but I'm just saying my theory is people who have been benefiting from these extra incentives from the government have lived luxuriously and bought luxurious items. People are watching that and wanting it. I think if I had to pick a
There's an
side,
element of that too.
yeah, I think it's
I
more.
wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah, I think it's more that than people like, I ain't going back to work, so I'm going to take these chains. I think it's more people watching
but you
it
have
like.
to look at when the news hits, and it's like, well, I guess you could say that too. But when the news hits, the loans are getting cut off, and the incentive is not to stay home anymore, to go back to work, and then robberies rise. You start seeing all these videos of robberies. I agree with what you're saying. There's a certain element of that too, that okay, this person starting to shine a little bit, and this is just the hood. That's what happens.
Yeah.
But still,
I think it's more that than these people not wanting to go back to work. Because if you worked at Home Depot, Walmart, the
I know
hospital,
you're not out there robbing people.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the robberies are happening. People getting their shit took.
Yeah, I think it's the people
New York's bad right now.
I think it's the people who are living luxuriously and flashy and buying all these new things because they've been recipients of this extra funds that have assisted them, and unfortunately it's backfiring. It's sad.
Last gram.
Scary.
Tiffany Haddish wants Common to buy her an apartment building, not an engagement ring. Her quote was, "I don't want carrots, I want units." Now, this is a sticky situation because a lot of people can say with their progressive thinking, oh, that's dope. This is what black people should want. But if we're talking about marriage, you can say you don't want an engagement ring. So what's the deal with that?
My thing is this. I understand
and we're talking about two rich people who can buy both of them. But
I understand her logic, but my thing is, yes, we're getting married and I want to wear a ring on my hand. So maybe instead of this, I'm just going to throw a number out there. Maybe this $250,000 ring that you maybe bought me, you may have been considering to buy me. Give me a $50,000 ring and get that building with the other 200. That I can get with. Like but you're right. I think you can do both.
Mm-hmm.
I think that kind of comparison is more appropriate when you say, you know what, instead of buying me these flashy cars, or instead of buying me these $20,000 purses,
or a wedding in itself, where does it stop?
Yeah, well, okay.
Like, let's go to the courthouse and let's not spend the money on a wedding and let's get this building.
Or let's spend $25,000 on a wedding instead of $250,000. So I get what she's saying. Like,
But just to make a definitive statement like that, like, I don't want carats, I want units. It's like, okay, you're not saying what we're saying. We're saying, you guys can do both. You don't want the carats, so you're saying I don't want rings. I want the units.
But is she saying, and I'm just picking apart what she said, maybe what she's saying, instead of 10 carats, get me 2 in the apartment building. So maybe she's not saying I don't want none. Like, I just don't need a 20-carat ring.
But you're not picking it apart. You're changing it. The quote is, she's quoted, I don't want carats. So you have to look at that. So
maybe she just want 1 carat.
She just said, I don't want carats.
So maybe she's saying she don't want multiple. She just wants 1, and she wants the rest of the money.
She just said, I don't want multiple.
I'm just messing with you.
I don't want carats. That means I don't want a ring. I want the units. And I think that's sticky with women when you have that kind of progressive thinking to be like, oh, I don't want this, because later on you might do want that. Like, if you're going to get married and have this union, why wouldn't you want a traditional ring to have on your finger to wear to symbolize that?
I won't say I'm sure.
You gonna take your keys out when they say you married and be like, yeah, I am?
I would hope that whether it's Common or the common man next door who's anybody's neighbor will have enough sense to understand her logic and make a decision to give her both. Like, because again, what she's saying is, don't spend all this money on a ring. Do something that is going to be an investment that I can have for a long time.
You're saying she's saying that.
No. She's saying don't spend no money. I get what she's saying. Yeah. But I'm saying as a man, I would hope that his thought would be, all right, I hear you. You want this. I'm still going to get you this in something small where it's like, oh,
because you're supposed to have this if you're getting married.
I don't want to say you're supposed to, because some people really don't care about that. But it is a symbol.
That's what I'm saying. That's along the lines I'm going. I'm not talking about the people who have that kind of progressive thinking to say, let's get married and not wear rings. Like, okay, that's what y'all do. That's not a big population of people.
But somebody
people get married, they have rings.
Somebody told somebody told a story.
And I know some people wear a tattoo instead.
But somebody told a story where they got married, and her fiance at the time didn't have money or enough money to get the ring, the caliber of ring that she would have wanted. She still married him, and then later on he got her the ring. So I get it. So I would hope that whether it's Common or any man out there, that you would understand what she's saying and not be so what's the word? Literal, yes.
But you have to be when somebody is quoted saying.
But you know her. We have to be literal in hearing it. But you're in a relationship with her.
And as a man, he should do that and get both, because for me, in a traditional sense, I'm a traditional thinking man. He should get her a ring if you're going to marry her. And if you're of the ilk of, oh, let's get married because we got this new way of thinking and let's not wear rings. Like, I don't know what that's about, but you do you. I salute, but I'm not that way. Like, I want the symbol.
What if they got tattoos?
That's a symbol too. That's fine.
Okay, so but in
just
that
to
case,
be those people that be like, okay, we're not going to wear rings at all, but we're married.
What about if we just tie a string and we always keep that on?
A2TP podcast, episode 36. That's a wrap. we got a lot coming. We about to kick this up a notch. Look out for the website that's coming. You're gonna be able to shop. You're gonna be able to get fresh pictures. You're gonna be able to just follow us in a way that you didn't before. So that's coming. Website is coming soon. Merch is coming soon. The podcast, My Story, is coming soon. So check us out.
Subscribe.
Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the shares. Hit the button. They say smash the button. Smash the button so you can subscribe. That's what I'm talking about. Smash the subscribe button. Then turn your notifications on. So when we do drop something, you'll be the first to see it, the first to get it.
Suscribe. I think that's how you say it in Spanish.
I don't know, but I never heard that, and I'm around Spanish people all day.
Well, because how often do they say the word subscribe?
I don't know, but I never heard them say suscribe.
Well, because they're not telling people to subscribe.
I don't know. But all that's coming. Check us out. Act 2 the podcast, episode 36. If you fuck with us, you fuck with us. If you don't, you should. Peace.